Things not to say or include in your online dating profile. You know, while we're on the subject of preparation for finding the one for you, let's also talk about your online profile if you have one, such as one over at my website, findtheoneforme.com. Keep these tips in mind when creating the perfect profile, and of course, be honest. For starters, your username. Just a couple of tips. Keep it clean, keep it simple, and devoid of any kind of sexual references. And I mean it. You might think it's cute or this or that, and I get it. That's okay. I get it. But let's try to keep it clean and simple and devoid of any sexual references. Number 2, not too many numbers. You know, is your username a combination lock? 428-568-225555. Avoid using your last name. No one online needs to know yet. Random letters, that's okay, but make it memorable. You know, your username is not a password. And avoid obvious bragging. Be humble, down to earth, and creative. Again, just make it fun. Keep it clean. Avoid the sexual references. Not too many numbers. But it's just a username, so pretty simple. We've created so many before. Keep those in mind. When it comes to your profile description, too many lists or facts. Not enough storytelling. That's kind of what I'm getting at. Do tell. Don't list, per se. Like, for example, I like doing this, and I'm actually going to get into that in a future tip here. But include little mini stories about yourself, as if you were having a conversation with your future date. Describe what you like to do, but tell a story about it. I like skiing, boating, and hiking. Okay. Give me a story about skiing, boating, or hiking. I like skiing because it reminds me of this one time I had when I went here and there and I was with my friends and we did this and that and I did this. It was so much fun. And hey, if you like skiing, I hope you can join me on my next ski run and you can come, and I look forward to us having a conversation. Boating. Oh yes, I love to boat. My favorite is this kind of particular format of sailing or boating. We usually like to go out and do this and that, and over in this harbor or this bay or over on the ocean and this, that. Well, people are like reading your profile and they're reading these stories and they're getting kind of excited. They're actually living through you those moments, and they hope maybe they could partake in a moment with you in those activities. Avoid predictable words, overused phrases, and cliches. Don't you hate it when you can predict the next word in a song? Are you laid back, wonderful, happy, easygoing person? Do you love reading, biking, walking, breathing? Are you looking for your partner in crime, a true partner, or a yin to your yang? Please don't mention new beginning, fresh start, or getting back in the game, per se. Be original. Whatever you see out there, be creative. Don't necessarily do the opposite, but be creative. I read a lot of profiles, and they all read the same. I'm looking for an honest person. I'm a very sincere person. Yeah, so what? That tells me nothing. Give me stories. Read other people's descriptions for ideas of your own. There's nothing wrong with reading 10 other profiles and then borrowing little pieces. Oh, I like how they said that. Oh, I like how they stated that. Yours can still be original and creative. Who hasn't read other books before they wrote their book? I know for myself, I'll go read 20 books before I go write a book. Or I'll go write a book because I have read so many books before, or I've read articles and I've gleaned pieces of information that I can say, okay, well, that's a good topic. I want to mention that. That's a good topic. I want to mention that. So read other people's descriptions for ideas of your own. Don't use exclamation marks after every sentence like I'm guilty of. It's so true. Oh, I got to stop. But I'm excited. I know that, even in my own book, you'll probably see it. I use a lot of exclamation points, but don't you do it, okay? It's okay that I do it. I'm guilty. I don't want you to be guilty. Don't talk about money or debt, of course. You kind of know that. Especially don't talk about money. Although it will come up eventually in your dating conversations, keep the money topic down. There will be people who will ask you, do you have money? How much do you make? Can I borrow some? Hey, I'm in trouble. Can I have... It's all a topic that is off topic. The only talk about money is who's going to pay for lunch. That's it. That's all. Don't talk too much about your medical history per se. Too many details just might scare someone away when that's not what you want. Now, if you do have an obvious condition of some kind, absolutely do mention it. Someone just might relate and totally knock on your virtual door to say, hey, me too. I suffer from that too. I have that too. We got a lot in common already. We're both sick. Mentally. Don't say you're looking for a drama-free relationship per se. Hey, aren't we all? Give everyone the chance that they too want what you want. Check your spelling and your grammar and your punctuation. Proofread your profile at least 5 times before you post it. Have someone you know or trust proof it as well if you wrote a long one. Their eyes may catch something you didn't. But this is true. I read a lot of profiles, and I see poor spelling, poor grammar. It's terrible, especially when you read a lot of it, and it's just bad, 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 bad. If you don't read too many profiles and you saw one, you can maybe excuse it, but just do your best. Of course, don't type in all caps, and don't double space between sentences. Don't leave a space between the end of a sentence and a period. That's more on the grammar end of it, punctuation. And don't indent your paragraphs. It's not needed. Not that you would, but I'm just telling you. Above all, sound fun, interesting, and excited to find the one for you. And again, lay heavy on those stories about why do you like hiking? Why do you like walking in the park or going to the beach? What is it about surfing that you do? What's the story? Don't be too demanding of your match to be. You might scare that one away before he or she gets to say, hey, I'd like to meet you. And do not make blatant or sexual references. Keep things tasteful and modest. It's important. There's so much sex out there, sexualization of so much of our lives. Keep it clean. Keep it tasteful. Leave that stuff for the bedroom. And lastly, here's a little tip. Whatever you're going to write in your bio, let's say that you wind up with like 5 sentences, 1 paragraph, whatever. Don't stop. In fact, statistics show that the longer the bio, the longer the description, the profile description, the more people stay on that profile and read it. It's funny because most of the profiles that I've seen are like a paragraph or so. I'm this, I'm that, I like that, and then that's it, period. Okay, whatever. Well, I was on a website where I wrote my profile, and my profile turned out to be almost like a page long or 2 pages long. I'm actually going to go back and see how long it is. But let's say it's 2 pages long. And what I did was I made reference to all the other profiles that I read and comments that maybe, let's say like in my situation, I'm looking at the ladies who are looking for men. And I looked at their wants, needs, desires, their likes, their dislikes, their wants, and hey, I don't want that anymore in my life. And what I did was I extracted about 10 to 20 to 30 or 40. Now, I extracted a lot of bullet points, topics, and I addressed them all in my profile. Do you know what that did? It made my profile shoot through the roof when it came to prospects, women, female prospects, looking at me, looking at my profile, saying, OMG, you mentioned this. Well, I mentioned that in my profile description because I don't want that anymore, and you don't do it. You don't want, Bart, I want to meet you. And then all of these different things, these are like little fish nets, little little crab cages. You're fishing out there, hooks, looking to hook somebody. And each one of these stories, each one of these topics that you glean from reading other people's profiles, they're going into your description. And you're going to take your time. You may take like a day or 2 or 3. You might take a week to write this profile so that it's so hot, so juicy. If you open up the newspaper or go online and you read an article, do you like it when the article is 1 paragraph? 5 sentences? Do you get kind of like, discouraged or disappointed that you didn't learn more about that topic? You're like, this article didn't tell me jack about whatever it is. The same thing with these online profile descriptions. And after a while, they all start reading the same. That's why yours is going to be different. You are going to have a story that talks. Your profile is going to tell your story. And you're going to go to these other profiles, look at what they're looking for, what they're not looking for, they don't want to repeat in their life, their new relationship. And you're going to mention that, like, hey, when it comes to arguing, this is how I handle it. When it comes to children, this is how I deal with children. When it comes to work or this or that, or this is how we carry on conversations in the heat of the moment. This is what I would dream to do for you at least once a week. Pick you up, guys, right? We're going to pick her up, carry her to bed, carry her up the stairs, if we can, the back's not out. The point is you're going to describe how you live. Not what you do or what you like. You're going to write about how you live. Food, eating, breakfast, lunch, dinner, activities, weekend, nights. You go into this kind of detail, your prospects, male or female, looking at your profile, they're going to spend a little more time on your profile, and they're going to learn so much about you that by the time you actually make that first contact, you two have a lot to talk about. And that's the beginning of a beautiful friendship, a beautiful relationship potential to be. So, check it out.